Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and this is my review for that filler arc that just ended in Naruto Shippuden. Um, it ended in last week, but I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything extra this week, which there wasn't. I'll do the same thing with this filler arc as I did with this last one. They were advertising it in Weekly Shonen Jump, the English one at least, that they were going to start a story about an untold story about Kakashi's days in the Anbu. So I'll probably review that by the time it ends too. But I'll just do like one review for the entire filler arc. They're really taking advantage of Obito's flashback here. That this has nothing to do with Obito anymore. But yeah, as far as the flashback goes with the Akatsuki stuff, the early Akatsuki stuff, Yahiko and that, I mean, a lot of the stuff that happened here was stuff we already knew. Either that or it was stuff that was just average, mediocre, like them hanging out and talking with each other and having a good time kind of thing, you know? The things that I took out of it were how big a role Danzo had in what happened to Yahiko. It was clear that Danzo did something, but we actually got to see how it is that he tricked Hanzo into thinking that Akatsuki was betraying him. That way Hanzo would betray Akatsuki. And we saw that Obito actually had a role in preventing the rest of Akatsuki from going to help back up Yahiko, Nagato, and Konan. We also saw that Konan wasn't actually we saw how the situation came about where the Konan was captured and Yahiko and Nagato were standing down there. Before it was kind of how did they suddenly surprise the three of them somehow and bring Konan all the way up there and Yahiko and Nagato just stood there the entire time? What was going on there? Well, now we know that Konan was off on her own, surveying the area, making sure everything was alright, and she got ambushed by a bunch of people, or I forgot how many people it was, but she got ambushed and captured, and Yahiko and Nagato were told that they were going to have a meeting with Hanzo, I believe, and it ended up being, they ended up seeing Hanzo with Konan tied up, captured. He threatened to kill her, but we know what happens after this. We've seen this a few times. So I mean, overall, it was fine. I mean, we did learn a few new things, but we also saw a few old things that we've seen enough times already, and a lot of stuff was just okay. For instance, Yahiko and Nagato getting those other guys to join Akatsuki. What was his name? Something the Swift, Kyusuke the Swift, something like that. Like that guy and him and all his men. We saw they ended up joining Akatsuki, but I mean, who cares? Seriously, I mean, it was okay, I guess, but that's all it was. So overall, I'll give the filler arc in Shippuden a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, Obito taking them out was enjoyable. Seeing Danzo get one over on Yahiko and Nagato was enjoyable, and Hanzo. But I mean, was it really worth that? I mean, we got 2.5 episodes of this. I expected to learn more than what I did. So and most of it was just okay. So I'll give the filler arc an overall rating of a 6.5 out of 10. And yeah, that's it. Like I said, I'll review the Kakashi Anbu storyline once it finishes. And yeah. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.